Okay, so let's talk about wireless devices and speeding up your Wi-Fi networks and making them super reliable and super secure and getting the absolute best out of them. So part of this is choosing the right devices to use, basically. And I'm guessing from the title of the video, you're already going to anticipate what I'm about to say. But first and foremost, it is all about choosing the right devices to have super fast Wi-Fi and super fast delivery. It's no use trying to use a really poor, low quality, cheap device trying to get the best Wi-Fi or the best service out of it, because it's just not going to happen. It's the same as buying, a cheap 15-year-old used car and expect it to work in the same way as a brand new high-end supercar. Clearly, it's not going to, is it? So that is absolute key, is choosing the right kit. And we absolutely love the kit the manufacturer's called Ubiquiti, and it's the Unifi range of wireless devices, which we absolutely love. So just to give you a little bit of history as to how we got where we are in terms of deploying Unifi wireless access points. Previously, we generally used Cisco devices. Now, just to be absolutely specific here, and to give this the element of fairness, the Cisco devices which we were previously using many years ago were the SME devices. So I'm not talking about enterprise kit here. I'm not talking about Wi-Fi for Wembley Stadium. I'm not talking about ultra secure stuff to go in banks maybe and stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the market which we're in as a business is the SME world. So that is businesses with anything between one employee to like 500 employees, for example. That is the space I'm talking about here. So we were previously using the Cisco kit, and it was the SME stuff that we were using. And it was, at the time, when we first started using it, it was great. But then over time, it was just like, actually, this kit's a little bit unreliable, it's a little bit slow. And we started looking around for alternatives, basically. And we obviously went and revisited what the new offerings were from Cisco. But the Unifi kit came as a recommendation from one of my team. Always good to listen to your frontline staff, by the way. That's a separate topic for a different day, but always listen to them. And one of them came to me and said, look, I think we should try out some of this Unifi kit. All the stuff I've read upon, all the reviews are amazing, and it appears to be excellent value. So let's check it out. And that's exactly what we did. So we just bought a couple of them in just to test them out, because the worst thing that would ever happen is we either send them back or we sell them on. It's no big deal. So we got them in and we tested them out, and they were absolutely brilliant. And so the kit I'm talking about specifically, I've got one I've just stole from our other office next door, is this kind of kit. Now there's different models and there's different sizes to these, but generally it's these devices, these white, funky looking, circular Wi-Fi devices. These can be mounted as well, just so you know, to the ceiling like so, or to the wall like so. They are absolutely brilliant. There's different ones. You can get cheaper ones and more expensive ones. Doesn't matter which ones you go for, by the way, they are still excellent value at whatever level or range you're getting. Personally, for me, you won't find better quality kit which is more reliable or quicker at this price point. You just won't. They are absolutely amazing. Our office is kitted out of a couple of them. Our offices aren't that big, so we only need a couple of them, but we've deployed them in places where we've deployed 10, 15 of this, covering huge offices or offices which got a lot of walls and little areas where traditionally it might be hard to get signal in. So they are absolutely amazing value, and they're quite nice looking as well, aren't they? I do like the look of them, the disc looking to them. They look quite funky. What I've noticed as well is, this is the geek in me well and truly coming out here. Whenever I'm out and about at the weekend, let's say I'm in pubs or restaurants, I can't help but look for the Wi-Fi kit. It's like natural instinct. Most of it I'm seeing now is this kit as well. So clearly, it's not just us saying this as an IT business. Clearly out there, to serve restaurants and pubs and hotels and stuff, they're deploying this kit as well. So the proof is in the pudding and all that. It's very, very popular, and I completely understand why. So the reason we started going for them is because they're excellent value, They're amazingly fast as well compared to their equivalents at the time with the Cisco kit I was referring to. They hands down blow them away. They are so much quicker. The range on them is really good. Again, you can look up the proper statistics for yourself, but off the top of my head, I think it's around about 120 meters of coverage in a radius from the device itself, which is really, really good. Obviously, that's not factoring in what's in its way, like walls and funny materials like lead and coppers. I'm not on about that. I'm just on about if you put it in an empty space, it would transmit around about 120 meters, which is fantastic. One thing which is a little bit different, I say it's a little bit different. At first, it was a little bit different. When you are deploying these devices, the setup software, the controller software as they call it, is completely different to anything I'd ever used before. So much so, the first time I used it, I was scratching my head going, I don't even understand how to work this. But now, fast forward quite a few years later, I absolutely love it. The management software is superb to configure it, to keep it up to date, to keep it secure, to add in new devices, to do all kinds of funky stuff like segregate separate VLANs and separate wireless networks. It is amazing. So it's just one thing to point out. If you're expecting just to go to a web interface on its IP address and configure, that's not how these work. They are completely different. You have to get your head around the software. But once you do that, they are absolutely amazing. And yeah, I actually love the software now. I think the centralized management, when you've got multiple devices on the same network, the diagnostics, the reporting, the analytics, all that stuff within the controller software is absolutely superb. So yeah, for me, the best way to get affordable, super fast, super reliable and secure wireless coverage is these devices. Like I said, the manufacturer's Ubiquiti. These devices they refer to as Unifi. There's different ones in the range dependent on the coverage you're after and the range and all the rest of it, and the speed you're after as well. But even the most expensive ones of these are still cheap in my opinion. They are second to none. I mean, they really aren't at this price point. Particularly in the SME market, but also at home. I'd have absolutely no hesitation about using these at home either. So yeah, this is an amazing way to revamp your wireless, give it an extra boost, get more mileage out of it, take away all them reliability issues you may be suffering with drops in service, always having to reboot devices to get reconnected. All them headaches can go away with these. Absolutely love them. So yeah, do check them out or speak to somebody that you know who's up with this kind of thing and ask them about this kit because it's rock solid, amazing. Go forth. I have spoken in that. Say I have spoken. That's again a geeky reference to the Mandarin on Disney, the Star Wars thing. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Check it out is what I'm saying. So if this video has been helpful in any way, shape or form to give you food for thought around what upgrading your wireless kit and what the Unifi kit can do for you, please do smash the like button. It massively helps our YouTube channel, helps get our videos out there, so please do that. Also, please subscribe. We try and push out new content every week, so please do subscribe, be part of our channel, and do check out the links below to connect with me on LinkedIn and on Twitter and on Instagram. And likewise, feel free to comment on this video. I do actively try and engage with everybody and get back to people when I can, so please do feel free to comment, and any questions you've got about the kit, how to deploy it, or if you've got an opinion you'd like to share with me about the kit from your own experience, please do comment on the video. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks so much. See you next time.